Good evening students, welcome to my video class. Today I am going to take class 10 English book First Flight, Unit 4 from the Diary of Anne Frank, and today is part 2 of the video on this lesson. In part 1 I had explained the introductory part of the lesson and beginning first 2 pages. Now in this part I shall explain from the first and only entry of Anne Frank in the diary, Anne Frank's diary. In the original novel named Diary of a Young Girl, there are a number of entries, but in your book only one entry has been given in the lesson. So let's start with the lesson. In this lesson, in this part, in the story, in the lesson, the diary starts from the date Saturday 20 June 1942, and in this date Anne Frank starts with the scene of her classroom where every student is shaking with fear and nervousness, because on that day in a meeting it will be decided which of the students are going to be promoted to the next higher class and which of them are to be detained. Many students are betting over their results, and it is annoying Anne Frank and her friend. Next, she describes about one of her teachers, Mr. Casing, who teaches the students maths. The teacher is quite annoyed with Anne Frank because of her talkative habit. She talks so much in the class that the teacher gives her a punishment. He assigns him one extra work to write an essay on the topic A Chatterbox. Though Anne Frank a little nervous, but she is not much worried. Finally, she writes 3 pages in her essay, in which she gives an argument that since her mother also talked too much, she can do nothing about her inherited traits. And the teacher had a good laugh at her arguments. But her habits didn't change. Then again, the teacher gives another punishment, and this time the title of the essay is Quack, 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 said Mistress Chatterbox. And on this funny topic, the whole class starts to laugh, and also had to join in the laughter. Although on the topic her originality and creativity is exhausted, she tries to write the essay once again, and now one of her friends, San, who was good at poetry, offers her to help, and she suggests Anne to write the essay in verse, in poem, as a poem, and Anne writes it as a sarcastic poem, and it was beautifully finished, and it was about a mother duck, a father swan with 3 baby ducklings who were beaten to death by the father because they quacked too much. Luckily, Mr. Keesing takes the poem as a joke. He adds his own comments, and Anne's poem becomes famous to other classes as well. After that, she was allowed to talk. She was not given any extra punishment. And Mr. Keesing started to make jokes on her. With this, the lesson comes to an end. The story comes to an end. In the original novel, there are several more entries, but in this book, only this much has been given. So this is the end of my video. In my next video, we shall meet again with the next lesson. Till then, goodbye and thank you.